Recently, I've covered some of the highest paying Fiverr gigs and how even a beginner can begin to tackle them using certain online tools. And now I'm going to continue off of that and cover even more alternative high paying Fiverr gigs according to CNBC and how even as a beginner you can start doing them. Before we start though, and as always, be sure to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and you can also consider subscribing to my channel for more cutting edge videos about making money online and digital entrepreneurship just like this one. Plus you can check out my investing channel as well. And with that, let's get started with the video. So continuing off of last time and looking again at this article on CNBC, which is by the way a very well-known and renowned financial related news outlet. And this article was actually written very recently on June 18th, 2021, so the information is definitely up to date. These are some of the highest paying side hustles on Fiverr according to their reports. So previously we actually looked at some of the highest paying ones other than ones that I'm going to cover today, such as website design, website building, and some other related gigs. And you can actually check out my previous video that I'll link below, which covers how to easily complete some of these website design, email design related gigs. But in this video, we're going to be instead focusing on more social media related gigs. And if we just look at their list here based on the highest paying side hustles on Fiverr in the US by maximum price earned, social media manager is actually at rank 2 on average, right behind website design and actually very close. And perhaps it even exceeds that in certain ways because of how easy it is to do social media management if you're familiar with some of the platforms, and I'll get to some of the free tools you can use to help you with that later on. And if we just look down to number 8, not far behind it, there's also social media advertising, which can be a similarly done as well. And then if we look at another criteria, which is just ranking by the highest average price, or ranking by the average price rather, social media manager is also one of the top few gigs on Fiverr with a $93 or almost $94 average price per gig.
Hello, I like money.
And switching right over to Fiverr.com, if you just go over to digital marketing and click on social media marketing, you'll be able to find a lot of these related gigs. And under that, there's also more specific types of gigs, which you can actually list or even do multiple of, because as even a level 1 seller or a beginner seller on Fiverr, you can list up to 7 gigs. So you can definitely do multiple different types. And with one gig, you can also provide multiple services under just one listing, right? For example, if I scroll down here, we have this person here who is a level 2 seller and is charging starting at $45, but it's got over 1,000 reviews and it's just one of the top sellers in this category. So if we just check out what he's actually doing, we'll realize that a lot of what he does for social media management is actually extremely easy, although he does provide a large variety of different services, which is part of the key probably to why he was so successful. But if you just look at the about portion of his gig, we'll see that he provides social media strategy, which is like how to, what types of content to post, how to grow, etc. He also helps people develop content, which is actually very easy if you know or have the right tools and know what to refer to, and I'll show you in a bit. Stuff like growth optimization, maintenance, communication with your clients, quite easy to do as well. You just talk to them and just communicate with your client to see what people want to, or what they want you to communicate, and other things that are honestly quite straightforward to do. And for the basic package, if we check out right here, it's actually not that much either. It's basically 5 social media platforms with 3 days of management just for $45, 2 to 3 highly engaging posts, plus captions and research tags. So this is really not much work at all, and yet he's able to charge $45 for just the basic package. And if we switch to the standard package, that's obviously just more days of management at a much higher price. And then for premium, it's a lot higher at $180. 30 days of management. So you kind of get the gist, right? However, because this guy has already built up a great reputation for himself, he's gonna be able to charge a lot more for whatever he does. And so that's why in this video, I'm gonna give you some free tips for how you can, even starting from scratch, build up a reputation for yourself and start getting sales as soon as possible.
You guys are getting paid?
And looking over at another gig, this person here is a social media manager as well as a content creator, and they mainly do a lot of these posts for various platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn. And even though some of these posts look really nice and very professional, they're actually exceedingly simple to create as well. And moving on to some of the great tools you can use to help manage other people's social media accounts and create content for them. And again, many of these tools I personally use as well for my social media accounts. And there are even some really great tools that can help you even grow your account by doing some automation, and I'll show you how that works in a bit. But first, we just check back on this gig and look at what exactly you have to do. Looking at through this list, you have social media accounts management, which is more general, but essentially what people usually do is with these social media accounts, you can actually tell your client to share their accounts with you, and usually it's done through adding an admin. So what they would do is add you as an administrator or an admin to their page. It's that simple, and with that you'll be able to access their page and edit stuff and post stuff. And secondly, we have page setup and page optimization. This is actually very easy because it's basically just setting up the titles correctly, having links in the bio to whatever business website they want to promote, writing the descriptions, and having like a profile picture that's nice. All of this can be very easily done, and even if you need to do like a logo for your client, you can easily commission somebody else to make one for you right on Fiverr or another website, right? And for like the same thing goes for like social media platforms cover, which is like banners and things like that. You can easily design yourself or pay off somebody else to do it. And then after that we have daily content creation and posting. So this is where some of the free tools come in. And while you can use many different types of creation platforms or art platforms, one of the most popular ones is, you probably already know what I'm going to show you, and it's Canva. And yes, Canva is already very popular and well known, and you might even be using it yourself, but you may not know that Canva has actually come a really long way in adding new features to make it a lot easier for people to manage and grow social media accounts and other types of things like websites. And for example, if we look towards the left menu here, there are a lot of different types of links here, such as not just for designing, but something called a brand kit, which if I just open it up really quick, it's basically where you can upload a logo. So for example, if you're managing Canva for a business or a personal brand, you can actually upload their logo, or again, you can create a logo for them or pay somebody to make a logo for them really cheaply, upload it onto Canva right here, and you'll be able to have that logo be imprinted onto any design that you create on Canva, just automatically pretty much. And not only that, but you can set brand fonts as well and brand colors. So what this does is it creates a consistent theme and brand identity for your clients, which will make things a lot more impressive, professional, and more attractive, and obviously, help them get more clients and grow their account better. And not only that, but Canva has also introduced a new post scheduler where you can actually just schedule posts to be posted at any time and date, and just have them be automatically put on your page or your client's page throughout whatever time frame that you wanted to, right? So this will actually make things a lot easier because you can just set a lot of things beforehand and just have things sort of be automated. And moving on to actually designing some posts, again, Canva provides all the tools you really need to create, whatever types of social media posts or even other types of graphics that you'll need. For example, I've been designing a lot of my own social media posts through Canva, and a lot of these, especially text-based posts, are extremely easy. A lot of these graphics and elements Canva provides themselves, especially if you use Pro, and they have a free trial that you can use for, I believe, 1 month, or maybe it was 2 months. 2 months, you can use it completely for free and access all their free assets. So during that time, during your free trial, you can actually design a whole bunch of posts and just keep recycling the same assets or similar posts for your subsequent posts, even if your Pro subscription expires. Or you can easily sustain your subscription through your Fiverr gigs, or just by paying a small fee. It's actually not very expensive at all. Anyhow, with some of these text-based informational posts, it's quite easy to create. You just go to text on the left and just drag in they even have like fonts that are preset. So if you look towards the left here, they have really professional looking fonts and different types of text arrangements that you can use. And you can obviously easily customize your own as well, such as what I've done here. And if you need actual images for your posts, you can simply just ask your clients for them, right? Because for example, if you're going to be promoting their brand and their products, your clients will obviously provide photographs and brand or product images for you. So you can simply just grab those and put them onto your own posts. Not to mention, you can also just refer to some of the posts on the platforms themselves, like Instagram and Pinterest, or you can also go onto Fiverr and look at some of the sample work that they have presented, and basically just imitate, or not necessarily imitate, but just get reference from some of these designs, for example, and some of the other things that they might do.
It'll be easy as 1, 2.
Now, besides Canva, another really great platform has actually been innovating lately and also competes really well with Canva, and you can even use both at the same time, right? And that platform in question is called Tailwind, which initially was actually famous for Pinterest automation. So it actually does the same scheduling that you can do with Canva Pro, where you can have your posts be scheduled throughout a calendar. And now it's actually added a new feature, which is called Tailwind Create. As you can see here, you can actually, let me just start over. So this is Tailwind Create, and to even create posts for even many different platforms, namely Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, you can either upload your own images or pictures. And here, as you can see, you can customize the text, color palettes, and branding as well. Again, kind of similar to what Canva can do. But the coolest thing is, if you just upload a picture, for example, if your client provides their product or restaurant or business or whatever pictures for you, you can easily upload that and have Tailwind generate a bunch of related posts to it. Or you can, for example, if I just open up the stock photos then to show you how it actually works. Again, you would probably get images from your clients or create other ones, but if say we just use a stock image as an example, we'll see that it's actually going to be able to generate a bunch of these posts. So for example, this is just for Pinterest alone. It's able to generate all these different professional looking post templates on which you can further customize the text and again the color and the branding as well, which is like your logo. And it doesn't only do Pinterest, but it also does, as you can see, Instagram feed posts. If I just open that, so these are the optimized dimensions for Instagram, and then there's also Instagram stories, and then there's also Facebook feed posts. So these are all really convenient, and the great thing is you can just customize everything on Tailwind, and then with a bunch of posts, for example, and then you can actually just schedule them all on the same platform, right? So you can literally just select all the ones you want. For example, if I just toggle a bunch of these, I want to actually post all of these like 5 or so posts. I think you can actually, you can schedule up to 5 for now. And then I can actually just click on the bottom right. Let me move my screen real quick. You'll see on the bottom right where it says review, and this is where I can actually start scheduling the post. And let's say I've added text and added a description for all of these. And by the way, Tailwind also provides Instagram and Pinterest keyword research that you can basically generate keywords for very easily, or you can just do your own keyword research, as I'll show you briefly how to do later on your own really easily. But anyway, on the bottom right, notice how you can download these images. So you can do this if your client just wants you to send them the images that you designed, that's fine. Or you can schedule the post for them directly on their pages by clicking on schedule, which will here you'll select the page you're connected to on Tailwind. So for example, here are some of my accounts. These are my personal accounts, but for example, if I click schedule, it'll actually bring me to the calendar on Tailwind where I can start again scheduling these posts and really make things, this really makes things super streamlined and convenient and just really quick, right? So now that things have properly loaded up, you'll see that there is indeed a calendar on the bottom right where I can again schedule any of my posts, many of which I've actually just created through Tailwind using their generator. And I actually suggest you can do a mix of these, especially for more of the photographs that your clients provide, and for more perhaps informational image-based or drawing-based posts, you can use Canva to assist you with your posts. So both of these platforms, even if you just use the free versions, can be a very easy way to start doing social media management. And if we just quickly look back at this gig here, we'll see that some of the other stuff that he does, it's basically all covered, right? So there's social media accounts management, page setup and optimization. That's really easy to do. You're just setting up the title, the descriptions and things like that, right? And then platforms cover, your banners and stuff, you can do that with Canva. And then there's daily content creation and posting. I just covered that. Post scheduling, I just covered that as well. And now it says generate trafficking. There's a bit of a typo. Generate traffic, right? Website creation and management. We won't worry about just that just now. Just yet rather, but you can actually check out my previous tutorial where I cover some easy website creation and design methods. That is actually relevant. But anyhow, in terms of generating traffic, this is another major category within social media management. And so to do that, I've actually personally been using a tool called Jarvee. And with Jarvee, I'm actually able to automate liking and also following other pages, especially those that are related to my niches. So for example, I've been using Jarvee for this meme account, which you can also check out, by the way. And I've actually grown more than a couple hundred followers just through Jarvee alone. And I've only been doing it for a little while. But it does take actually optimizing the platform and figuring out the exact settings so as not to trigger Instagram suspicion, right? Because you can't do it too much, otherwise Instagram, unlike before, Instagram is now actually very strict with like automation and things like that. And also not just that, but also just automatic liking and things like follow for follow essentially, or like for like, right? Stuff like that Instagram is quite sensitive about, so you can't do too much of it, but you can still do just enough per day and also automate it, so you don't have to, it's completely autopilot just basically, and you'll be able to get followers passively that way. And I've actually been using it for both this page and my main business page as well. And just to give you a quick glimpse of how Jarvee works and how I've been using it, we'll see that we have my Instagram pages on here being the first and the third entries. And for my memes page, first of all, you'll see that it's got 1,690 follows already. So it's actually done that automatically for me. And for my business page, it's done 1,464 follows. So all this can be done automatically through Jarvee, but it is a bit complicated to set up. So I'll link below some resources to help you do that. You can literally just copy some of the settings from those resources, and I'll also link up my video tutorial to this platform down below. And even if you don't necessarily use Jarvee, you can still easily do all this stuff manually if you just spend a little bit of time. For example, through Jarvee, I've been following pages that I've been liking mental health memes, which means those pages are likely going to be more interested in my page, right? Because having already liked posts that are related to mine. So you can set that up with Jarvee, or just go and like those pages or follow those pages on your own, and you'll likely get a lot of follows back. So that's a great way and a proven way to get a lot of growth on Instagram, and organic growth at that. That's very important. Just don't overdo it and do like hundreds per day, because that no longer works because Instagram has gotten more strict. And another thing that you can do is hashtag optimization. And I've actually done a pretty decent job, in my opinion, on some of my posts. And even if some of the posts don't necessarily get that much reach, I still have some that get a lot, right? Up to a few, even like several hundred, even with a really small page like mine. So it's definitely possible to start getting traction even with a tiny page if you do both, if you start getting organic traffic and getting people to follow your page through organic memes like what I just explained, and also doing the proper hashtag research. So for example, what I did was, you can literally just use Instagram, and I recommend the browser version of it, and here you can literally just type in hashtag memes, for example, right? Whatever hashtags are related to your niche or your client's niche, and you'll see how many posts are within each niche. Normally, if especially for newer accounts and smaller accounts, less than say 1,000 followers, memes that have millions and millions of posts, or rather hashtags that have millions and millions of posts, are way too large. So you want to focus on more medium and smaller size, as I like to call them, hashtags. For example, if I type memes for mental health, we have a hashtag pool, or a hashtag that is sized at 28,000 posts, which is somewhat of a small to medium sized hashtag in my experience. So you want to have a lot more hashtags that are more specific and with fewer posts. And the reason is that with these, you'll be able to stand out. It'll be much easier for a smaller page to stand out versus a large page, right? If you just completely focus on really large hashtags, your page is going to be buried really easily. So definitely when you start out, fill out your hashtags. You can have up to about 20 something, 25 is a good balance of small to medium sized hashtags. So from between 10,000, I would say, to about 100,000 post within each hashtag, and having a decent spread, or having different hashtags as well, right? Different size hashtags rather as well. So you can have, for example, 10 hashtags that are around 10 to 20,000 posts, and then another 10 with 50 to 100 or more thousand posts. So that'll give you like a decent balance of smaller size and larger size hashtag, even within the medium to small size hashtag pool. And to finish off, I promised I would mention a few more tips, which is that first of all, on Pinterest, which is a growing platform and likely one that your many clients will want, you can easily do similar things as you would do on Instagram, because the concept is very similar. For example, here I've actually commented on another person's post and even gotten some likes. So this is a great way to get some additional traffic to your Pinterest page or your client's Pinterest page. Comment on pages in similar niches, follow those pages, and just basically do what you would do for Instagram, right? And then besides Pinterest, which is a great platform, you can also take to Facebook, but for a different purpose, which is you can join these so-called Fiverr gig favorite exchange and promotion groups, and you can actually join a ton of them. And what this type of group does is people can promote their own Fiverr gigs, and basically people go and like each other's Fiverr gigs, so you can actually star them or favorite them using your account, and this can actually help your Fiverr gig be boosted on the algorithm, right, on the search algorithm. So this is a way to potentially get a bit more traffic onto your Fiverr gigs. And in addition to that, you can simply just go onto Instagram itself or whatever platforms itself to do manual marketing to people, right? So you can literally easily message people, and then first of all, you have a page, design your own page, right? Because if you're going to be doing social media management, you want your own page to look professional as well. Otherwise people aren't going to trust you, right? So your own page has to look good. It'll be part of your resume. So basically you have two parts to your resume, your own page or pages, and your Fiverr description and page, right? So those two things should look good and professional. And with your Instagram page, for example, you can then use this identity to go and message potential clients, and then you can just paste to them your Fiverr gig to even have additional ways to negotiate price and things like that, right? Because people aren't usually going to trust you if you just straight up message them and ask them to like name a price. It'll be much more professional if you instead link to them your Fiverr page, and then they can go through an official channel, and they'll feel a lot more trust and a lot more safety from buying a gig from you. And finally, to finish up, I highly recommend you check out this video on my channel, which I'll link below as well, called 7 Secret Tips for Doubling Your Fiverr Earnings Even as a Beginner, to get more orders for free. And this will actually give you a lot of tricks, including from my experience, how to get more earnings from a client and also to get more traffic in general. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can also download my free YouTube ebook down below. And with that, like the video if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.